Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, two names that will define a generation of the NFL. But the real question is, who is better?
Chargers, 2nd and 8. Herbert tosses, touchdown!
Before I start the video, if you would subscribe and like, that would help a ton. But anyways, let's get back to the video. Before we discuss who's the best, let's talk about both of the stars and how they got to this point in the first place. Justin Herbert was a stud at Oregon, and after a phenomenal college career, he was drafted 6th overall to the LA Chargers.
The Los Angeles Chargers select Justin Herbert, quarterback, Oregon.
Not only are the LA Chargers one of the worst teams in the NFL, but going into the season, Tyrod Taylor was going to start, and did, against, out of all teams, the Bengals. But sadly, that would be the only game he would play the entire season. Now, it's not like he did awful. I mean, he had 200 yards and just over a 50% completion percentage. But against a defense like Cincinnati, he should have had well over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Following this game, Tyrod remained the starter until he had to treat a broken rib, and the doctor made a little oopsie and punctured his lung.
Well, apparently, ESPN is saying a team doctor accidentally punctured his lung.
This was just before the second game of the season against the Chiefs. So although it was horrible timing for Tyrod, it threw Herbert into the spotlight against a team that just won the Super Bowl. Many people in Justin's situation would be scared, and I'm sure Justin was very nervous, but he played well and had over 300 yards passing and a touchdown, although he threw a pick along with that. Although these weren't amazing stats, they were great for someone's first game and proved that Justin belonged, and sadly that Tyrod didn't. From that point on, Justin was a starter, and this season he has had over 3,700 yards and 27 touchdowns to go along with only 10 picks, which are insane stats for a rookie on a team like the Chargers. Throughout the season, Justin has played really well, but had amazing games against New Orleans with over 250 yards and 4 touchdowns, and Jacksonville with nearly 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not only are these stats good, but they are Rookie of the Year good. And although there is great talent in Justin Jefferson, Chase Young, James Robinson, and many others, it looks like Herbert will be a lock now that Burrow is injured, and quarterbacks almost always win the Rookie of the Year award. Talking about Joey Burrow, let's see what got him to the top. Joe was originally a Buckeye down in Ohio State, but after getting kicked to the curb, he found a new home in LSU, and to say that he dominated is an understatement, as he had one of the best seasons of any quarterback in college football history, and because of that was drafted 1st overall by the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow, quarterback, LSU.
Remember how I said the Chargers were a bad team? Well, they look amazing compared to the dumpster fire in Cincinnati, who had the number 1 pick for a reason and were in desperate need of help. That's where Joe stepped in and started immediately. And with Joe in control, the Bengals looked different. Burrow started off a little slow against the Chargers, and his stats looked bad, as he had under 200 yards passing and a pick. But when you add in a 20-yard rushing touchdown, and the fact that he drove the Bengals all the way down to the end zone just for offensive pass interference, and this.
Oh, he missed! He missed! Oh.
To lose them a game, it makes more sense. The problem for Joe was really the team around him, as a terrible offensive line and defense kept the Bengals out of contention. Following the rough game against LA, the Bengals went against Cleveland, and Burrow's 300 yards and 3 touchdowns were just not enough, as the defense could not stop the Browns' run game, and they lost 35-30. Although the score looks much better with a bunch of garbage points. Following this game, the problems never stopped, as against the Colts, the Bengals were up 21 points and let Indy score 31 points to win the game 31-27. Following that game, except for a wild win against the Titans, the Bengals just kept on losing and losing, until week 11 against the Washington football team, when the Bengals had the chance to probably win the game until this happened.
It was Kendall Fuller and now Burrow, oh boy, clutching his left leg.
Joe's season was over, and so was the Bengals, as they lost that game and the next 3 after it, against teams they should have beat like the Giants and Cowboys, until just a few days ago when they beat the Steelers out of nowhere. Anyways, the Bengals were done after that injury, and so were Joe's chances at Rookie of the Year. Now that we got to know some of the stars of the future, the question that you came here for is, who do I think will be the best? Even though I think someone is better, that doesn't mean I don't think the other quarterback is not amazing. And in fact, I think both will be Hall of Famers. But without any further ado, the winner is...
I'm your favorite quarterback, they call me Chase McSorley.
Just kidding. Although this may shock you, I think Joey Burrow will be the best quarterback out of the 2020 draft class and will be at the top. Justin Herbert is going to be great as well, and I think they'll both have great careers, but I see something in Joe that is just special.
I'll never adjust or accept losing.
Happy holidays, and thanks for watching the video. Subscribe and like for more videos like this, and I will see you guys on Sunday with another video. Hopefully you guys have a great Christmas, and peace out.